Let's make some very easy Christmas candy today. These recipes are from Becky with Acre Homestead. They're really simple. There's no actual cooking on the stove. It's just melting some chocolate. Let's have some fun and get started. Welcome to Recreate the Plate. All right, so this recipe is a crock pot recipe, very easy. It's 2 jars of peanuts. One is unsalted and one is salted. And then we just mix in a bag of semi-sweet chocolate. Whoops. Let's catch that one. A bag of peanut butter chips. And she only used, or she said the recipe only called for like 3/4 of a cup, but she just used the whole bag. So that's what we're going to do. Looks good. And then on top, German's chocolate, sweet chocolate. This is 4 ounces. So 4 ounces of the German sweet chocolate. I'm going to break it up a bit. Just lay it right on top. And then 2 bags of, I could only find the candy coating, but I think it's like you can use the almond bark, but I think it's very similar. Looks like this. I'm going to break these up. Okay, we're going to heat this on high, and we'll get some other things going while this is heating, and then we'll give this a stir and come back to it. Whoopsie. Okay, the next one that we're going to make is chocolate covered Ritz crackers. It's a real simple one. It's basically peanut butter crackers, and then we're just going to melt some chocolate and roll it in the chocolate. I'm going to get those made up. And while I'm making these, I'm going to get some of my chocolate melting. And we're just going to do it an easy way. We're going to just melt it in the microwave. We're going to stir, melt. And just use equal amounts of semi-sweet and milk chocolate. So I'm just going to loosely measure 1, 2, maybe 3 handfuls of each. And see how many that will cover. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm going to just kind of generously put those on. You can just kind of make however many of these you want. Do you guys like making a lot of Christmas candies? I'll never make many. Let's stir the chocolate. Actually, I remembered she put just a little bit of oil in with her chocolate, so I'm going to grab that. Just a little bit. Okay. This is stir. You guys ready for Christmas? I am not. Still have gifts to buy. And we have to be careful not to burn the chocolate. Okay, we're going to keep heating up the chocolate. I think I'll make, whoops, another sleeve. What is it? That should be plenty. I'm going to put some parchment paper down. And she gave a little tip I thought was pretty cool. You know how when you put this down, it doesn't really stay. It always kind of pops back up. So crinkle it up first. Crinkle it first. And then it tends to lay better in the pan. So we'll try that. Yep. I'm going to drop them right in. And fully coat. Seems kind of thick to me. Pretty simple. I think I'll heat the chocolate up just a little bit more. It seems pretty thick. And I might add a little bit more oil to it. I think that might thin it out just a bit. Just seems a little thick. Let's try that. We're just going to wing it. Just a tiny bit. Okay. Stir that in a bit. I'm going to heat it again. Keep going. I'm going to put a few sprinkles on some of these, and this is just red sanding sugar, and see how that looks. Oops, never been opened. Cute. Whoop. Okay. Give the crock pot a stir. Smells really good. The peanuts are smelling really good. I want to show you guys this. I'm going to bring the camera over. Doesn't that look good? I think I'm going to turn this down to just warm on my crock pot. And then in a moment, we'll dip it out onto the parchment paper as well, once we get the Ritz crackers ready. Looking good. Okay, we're ready to go back to the peanut clusters. They are all heated up. I'm gonna get some more paper ready. Okay. This looks good. And we're just going to dip it out right onto the parchment paper. Let me try a few different methods. Oh no, that looks like a good size. Perfect. Okay, find a spot for this one. Okay, on to the next candy. This is going to be Oreo bark. There's only 2 ingredients, Oreos and white chocolate. You can put peppermint in this, and she did, but I'm not a big peppermint fan. And then I'm going to make some little boxes of all the candies together, and I found that anytime peppermint something is in there, it makes everything kind of taste like peppermint. So I didn't want to add the peppermint, so I'm going to make it without. So what we're going to do is melt 2 bags of white chocolate. And again, we're just going to do it in the microwave. Open. Struggling with that? And I'm again just going to do the 30 seconds in there and stir. And while that's heating up, I'm going to get our Oreos crushed. And she used about 26 Oreos. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. just making sure there's not any really large chunks. That looks good. Gonna grab my pan and we'll get the parchment paper on here. Almost there. I'm gonna put it back in one more time just to be sure. I might just do 15 seconds. I'm gonna bring you over so you can see a little bit better. And we just mix in all of the Oreos. And stir. Okay, that looks mixed. And now we just pour it onto the parchment paper. Some paper slid. Okay. Right. Now we just spread this out. Never made these before. This is pretty easy. Making it a little bit thinner. Seems a little thick in the center. And that's it. We put it in the refrigerator. Next up is potato chip chocolate bark. Doesn't that sound great? Okay, so we're going to get our parchment paper ready onto our cookie sheet. This one is in layers. Okay, set that to the side. Okay, we're going to use 1.5 cup of, I'm using milk chocolate in this one. You can get that melted. I think we have to be too exact. Not that much left. 1.5. Maybe I'll just do it all. There wasn't that much more left in the bag. going to put a little bit of oil on this one, like I did before, just so it's a little creamier. Okay. Now, just going to spread it onto, the bowl's kind of hot. Ooh, bowl's hot. Gonna spread it on here. Okay. Spread this around. Okay, now this has to go into the refrigerator and get cold before we put the next layer on. Okay, be right back. Okay, next step is melting 2 heaping spoonfuls of Biscoff cookie butter, and this is crunchy. Okay. She didn't give a measurement for this, but she just put in 2 really large, like large spoonfuls of this. I've never used cookie butter. Have you? Okay. Hope that's enough. I'm going to melt it. And into the cookie butter is going to go 2.5 cups of potato chips. Making a mess. My counter's clean. Okay. This is a 2-cup measuring cup, so I'm just going to fill it heaping. A little bit more will fit. Okay. That melted quick. It only took the 30 seconds. Maybe a wooden spoon. Okay, and then the potato chips just go right into the cookie butter. Let me break up some of these big ones. Okay. Yeah, I like them a little smaller. Okay, I grabbed our chocolate layer that has been refrigerated, and now we just put this right on top of our chocolate layer. Okay, and while we heat up our next layer, I'm going to put this back into the refrigerator. Okay, so next layer is another layer of chocolate. Yes, 1.5 cups of milk chocolate. Milk chocolate. Used before. Take that out. Okay. That's our one. Whoops, lost some. And a half. And I guess I should just use it all. Not much left in there. Okay. I'm going to start melting this. Let me put the oil on it. Whoop. Okay. Just a little bit. Okay, we're ready for our last layer. And I've already got the chocolate melted, and we just drizzle it onto the top. So these have all been pretty easy to make. I mean, it's kind of a lot when you're doing so many at one time, but if I just picked one of these and did it, I mean, you could have it done in 15 or 20 minutes. We'll go back into the refrigerator until it's good and set. Just going to kind of fill in some of the gaps a little bit. Just thicker in some places. Okay. Back into the refrigerator. Okay, we're to the last one. This one is going to be a chocolate caramel bark. And so we're going to melt chocolate again. This time, though, it's semi-sweet. And it calls for 8 ounces. This is a 12-ounce bag. So I am going to leave just a little bit in the bottom. So I'll get the chocolate melted, and we'll be right back. And then we're just going to pour this and spread this right onto the parchment paper again. This is going to be our bottom layer. You can see I do not have a nice big wide metal kind of spatula like to spread this with, so I'm just using a butter knife. Seems to be working pretty good. I do know when I've spread things like icing before, and I try to use like these, it sticks. It does not spread well with that, especially if you ice in a cake with that. It's terrible. Into the bottom chocolate layer, put that down. That keeps popping up. We add a row of pretzels. And I could not find, I wanted to use the little mini circle pretzels, and the store was out. So we're going to try sticks, and we're just going to fill them up. I am going to lay them single layer, though. I'm going to bring you over. I'm in there. All right, that looks good. Let me stick some there. I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator. We're gonna do the caramel. Better always check my recipe. So we're gonna get the layer of caramels going. And we don't have to make caramel. We're just going to open up a bag of already just plain caramels and get them unwrapped and melted. And I'll fast forward you on this. In there. And 3, 2, 1. All right. Okay, I'm gonna get these melting. Scared me. It popped. Be careful with this, not to touch it, not to get it on you. I think it might stick and really could burn you. Okay, we're going to drizzle the caramel right on top of the pretzels. I'm gonna try to work kind of quick. Okay, I'm gonna pop it in the refrigerator. And we're gonna make one more layer of chocolate. So we're gonna do 8 more ounces of the semi-sweet chocolate. Drizzle this on top. Is it? Tell you what. Or the back of our spoon, even. That works great. It's looking pretty good. The caramel is feeling hard under there. So it's spreading nice on top. That's good. Looks pretty. This is going to go back into the refrigerator. And once everything has set, we'll get it out and we'll cut it up into squares and give it a try. Okay, I think everything is ready. And I'm going to start cutting up some of these. I might try to break this one. This is the Oreo. Oh, okay. It's not working too good. Let's see, let me just cut. Okay, that worked pretty good. I might cut some in squares, and then this one will just kind of be in different shapes. Is that too big? Looks good. Have fun. Let's taste of this one. Tastes like Oreo ice cream. That's good. Okay, I'm gonna put this on the dish. Okay, this is the potato chip bark. I'm gonna cut it into squares. Hopefully. These are probably too big. I'm gonna make these a little smaller. Lovely. Okay, we're gonna cut up the caramel pretzel bark. I'm gonna cut it into squares as well. Maybe a little smaller than I did the other one. Something I did notice about the potato chip one, the top layer of chocolate was like coming apart. So I did notice that. It's like the layers didn't really stick together. So that made it a little hard to pick up. So it was a little more fragile. Hoping this one kind of like all stuck together. Oh, this is hard. Might have to let it thaw out a bit. I had it in the freezer so it would cool quick. Yep, I'm gonna have to let this one thaw out a moment. I'm so impatient. Okay, we're gonna taste test. So we're gonna do the peanut clusters first. Mmm. Mmm. Yummy. Very good. Very good. Okay, not gonna eat the whole thing. Let's try this is the Oreo bark. I did try this one before. Mmm. It's very sweet, very good. Tastes like Oreo ice cream. Now I'm gonna go for the potato chip bark. And this one does kind of fall apart a bit. Mmm. It's good because the salty comes through with the potato chips. Very good. Okay, now we're gonna try the caramel pretzel bark. Well, here's the trouble I'm having. The caramel is too thick in the bite I just had. So it made it hard to chew at first. But it does have a really good taste. I'm just having to chew the caramel a bit. And lastly, the Ritz peanut butter cracker. This might be my favorite. I think this is my favorite. I think the peanut cluster is second. The Oreo is third. The potato chip is fourth. And the pretzel caramel is fifth. So I think I'll go finish this after my day of work making candy. Hope you guys try it. It was a fun day. Thanks for joining me. Have a Merry Christmas.